Hari Om. How many of you did not know that Swami Nikhilananji was our first Acharya here? Is there anyone? Okay, that's good. So he doesn't need any introduction here. So back in 2001, early part of 2000s, 2001, 2002 time frame, we were new to this building, new to Saket, and Swamiji was new, and many of us, including myself, were new to Chinmay Mission. And that was the time when we were in an old Saket, so to say. Right? It wasn't remodeled yet. And one of my early recollections of my interaction with Swamiji was, we did the first Homa at Tulsidas. I hope many of you remember that. And he also remembers that. And that was how our sort of the conversation started when he arrived 2 days ago. Since then, of course, Saket has been remodeled, and we have grown from just 2 sessions of about maybe 100 Balwiyar students to over 1,300 students and 8 sessions this time. So with that, we want to welcome Swami Nikhilananji to this new Saket. And let's all give him a big round of applause. So welcome Swamiji. We tried to adjust the weather to make sure it gets closer to 100 so you will feel at home. Of course, it's a far cry from high 40s and 50 degrees Celsius that we have over there. But we tried. A couple of weeks ago, it was kind of chilly and in the 50s and 60s, and we are into high 90s at least. All right, so just it's customary to introduce a guest speaker, so I will go over some of the highlights of Swami Nikhilananji. So he is currently the Chinmay Mission regional head of Chinmay Mission in New Delhi, India, and its satellite centers in Noida, Gurgaon, and Faridabad. Swamiji presents Vedanta as a contemporary science of life, vitally important in a modern world. Having studied the scriptures, Swamiji's persona is a pure reflection of that wisdom. People are attracted to his discourses primarily due to the significance and simplicity of his words. He presents the most profound and complex thoughts in a simple and effective manner, and most people are amazed to discover the relevance of his talks when applied to everyday situations and relationships. Swamiji has spent more than 30 years reaching out to individuals and groups, bringing about a transformation in their thinking and subsequently in their lives. All those he interacts with, be they students, householders, professionals, or corporate leaders, are attracted to his subtlety of thought and struck by his humility and heartfelt personal concern which he extends to everyone. He spends his time guiding spiritual seekers, teaching, lecturing, participating in conferences, and overseeing the mission activities. He conducts regular discourses, study groups, workshops, seminars, and spiritual retreats. Swamiji is a regular participant at interfaith panel discussions in and outside the capital, and has frequently appeared on various television channels. He was invited to the prestigious World Economic Forum at Davos in January 2011 and to the Indian Economic Summit at Mumbai in the same year. Swamiji has authored many booklets and articles. His discourses on several Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, and other scriptural texts are available in audio and video formats on YouTube and other online channels at the Chinmaya, as well as at the Chinmaya Vani bookshop. Video recordings, as I said, are also available on the Speaking Tree website and on YouTube. Through them, he continues to inspire and guide people on the path of inner peace and outer harmony. Some of the books that Swamiji has authored are Miracles of Prayer, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti, Chinmay Mission Pledge, Art of Forgiveness. So as part of the CMDFW 25th anniversary celebrations, he's going to give an 8-day discourse, Ajnana Yajna, on Ramayana Sundarakanda. So starting today and continuing through next Saturday, June 20th. Although his discourses on Bhagavad Gita are very popular, in this Jnana Yajna he is going to take one yuga back to Ramayana, and the essence of which is Sundarakanda. So I hope you will all enjoy. Thank you all for coming. It's on to Swamiji.
Hari Om. Hari Om. Is it clear? It is not clear. You have that other type of mic. Is this working?
Yeah.
You can hear? How many of you have the book? Raise your hand above your head. Very few. I don't know how I will do it without you having a book. How many of you have heard about Tulsi Ramayana? Very good. And how many of you have heard or read this Sundarakanda from Tulsi Ramayana? Oh, that is also good. So I don't have to. Can you keep that mic here?
Yes,
it's more convenient.
You want this? Yeah, we can do that.
This also can be there, but another. Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om. Clear? Thank you for your welcome. So we'll begin with a prayer. Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya सीतायाः पतये नमः। बुद्धिर्बलं यशोधैर्यं निर्भयत्वमरोगता अजाड्यं वाक्पटुत्वं च हनुमत्स्मरणात् भवेत्। नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागम् बाणो महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्। श्रीराम जय जय राम। 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 राम जय जय राम। राम जय जय राम। प्रणाम बोले सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। I am very happy to be back in Saket after a long gap of, I think, 13 years. Luckily, it is not 14 years. 13 years better. Otherwise, it will be. So I'm very happy to see many familiar faces, and the whole place looks quite different also. A lot of changes, I think, internally has happened, both in the building as well as in people. So that is very, very good. So we shall study this Sundarakanda. It's a very beautiful portion from Ramayana. Both Tulsi Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, so many Ramayans are there. If one cannot study the entire Ramayana, even this portion, if one studies or even chants regularly, one will get lot of benefits. It's considered very beautiful. So Sundarakanda. Just as we have in the middle of Mahabharata, the beautiful portion of Bhagavad Gita, here also in the middle of Ramayana, we have this Sundarakanda. See, we can understand the name given to Balkand, Ayodhya Kand. Balkand is Bala Leela of Bhagwan, Ayodhya Leela. Then he goes to the forest. So Aranya Kand, Kiskinda Kand, we understand. But why suddenly this Sundar Kand? What is so Sundar in this? So there is a very famous statement which says Sundare Kimna Sundaram. That what is not beautiful in Sundarakanda. Lot of beautiful portions are there in this Sundarakanda. One is that there is the story of Bhagwan's Bhakta, the greatest Bhakta of Bhagwan, Hanumanji. Hanumanji demonstrates all that is good and sublime mentioned in our scriptures. See, Bhagwan Hanumanji is Sakshat Roop of Shivji only. It is, we chant, Ki Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. That Lord Shiva is our Adi Guru. He is the one who taught Jnana, Bhakti, Karma. Also, we have Lord Shiva teaching about the world, worldly knowledge also. Parvati ji is a very good disciple, good wife, good disciple. And she keeps asking interesting questions. And Lord Shiva replies. But many times you see it, some person telling about the sublime truth in theory, but when it comes to practical, one may fail. One may not know how to apply it in life. Many times people say that, oh, Vedanta is just theory, we don't know how to apply. So can you demonstrate how to apply it in our life? So here we find Lord Shiva demonstrating the teachings of Vedanta, the teachings of our Vedas through his life itself. So through the life of Hanumanji, we come to understand the sublime teachings of Jnana, Bhakti, Vairagya, Karma, Seva, everything. It's most beautiful. So since it is the story of Hanumanji, one of the name of Hanumanji is Sundar also. Therefore it's called Sundarakanda. And it is right in the middle of our Ramayana. So it's like the essence, the crux. Then we find in the Sundarakanda that Hanumanji and all the Vanaras, they were looking for Sita ji, and finally they come to know that Sita ji is in Lanka. So they get the knowledge, they get the information, but no actual meeting has taken place. So Hanumanji goes to Lanka and meets Sita ji. So this is a very beautiful meeting. Before meeting Sita ji, Hanumanji meets Vibhishan. That's also a beautiful meeting. Meeting of two devotees. Right? I also met you. But Hanumanji meeting Vibhishan, that's a beautiful portion. Because when two devotees they meet, then their love for Ishwara comes out in more measure. Otherwise also it is there, but when it gets expressed, there is something different. Two people may have love, but when it gets expressed in words, in actions, then there is some other beauty in it. So Hanumanji and Vibhishan express their love for Sri Ram and they meet. Vibhishan was with Ravan and he had this fear, hesitation of totally surrendering to Sri Ram because it becomes very comfortable to remain in the known. Even though known may be very horrible and hurting, but unknown becomes very frightening. So Sri Ram was unknown. So it is the story of many of us. Bhagwan remains unknown. Though we listen, we hear about him, but still he is unknown. And if you study more and more Vedanta, he is unknowable also. He said, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. That even the senses try to understand that Lord, and mind also tries to understand. But without knowing, without understanding, they return back, saying that we don't understand. So very sublime. So, but the scripture says you surrender. In Gita, Bhagavan says you surrender to me. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. You give up all your attachment and surrender to me. But it takes lot of courage, lot of faith, and tremendous vairagya to give up. Vairagya to give up what we are holding on to. See, it makes a sound also. Because you have to give up with a bang. And it takes a lot of faith and courage to surrender. So meeting of Hanumanji and Vibhishan was a very important event, you can say, in Vibhishan's life. It helped him to gain that courage And also Hanumanji came to know about Sita ji, but mainly Vibhishan got the courage, and therefore later on we find him giving up all his attachment to his brother, to Lanka, and he surrenders to Sri Ram. So this portion of Vibhishan Sharanagati is very beautiful. A jiva surrendering to Ishwara. After listening about that Ishwara from his guru. So Hanumanji appeared in Vibhishana's life as a teacher. Teacher himself manifested there and taught him, encouraged him, and he surrenders to Sri Ram. Then Hanumanji goes and meets Sita ji. He had only heard about Sita ji. He had met Ramchandra ji before Sita ji. Some people meet Sita ji before Ram. Both are same. There is no difference between Ram and Sita. They are same, two aspects of the same reality. गिरा रथ जल बीच सम कहियत भिन्न न भिन्न बंदहु सीता राम पद जनहि परम प्रिय खिन्न. Like that Tulsidas ji does namaskar to both of them. That Sri Ram and Sita ji are not different, they are two aspects of the same reality. Ramchandra ji Sakshat Ishwara only, along with his power Shakti, has manifested as Ram and Sita. So from one standpoint, if we look, we see Sita ji. From another angle, if we look, we see Ram. Some can see both. Like Ardhanarishwar, Lord Shiva and Parvati together. Sometimes they depict it in a dance also. So one person is dancing. So they half the body, they put Parvatiji's dress and half Lord Shiva. So if the dancer turns little this, you feel as though only Shiva is there dancing. And if it turns different side, then you see our Parvatiji is dancing. When you see Lord Shiva, you don't see Parvati. When you see Parvati, you don't see Shivji. But sometimes you see both of them. Similarly, this Sita ji and Ramchandra ji are twofold expression of one supreme reality alone. Gira Arth, just like words and the meaning. Sometimes I may utter some words and you can understand the meaning also. So words and meaning can go together. But at times we listen to some words, we don't know the meaning. Meaning remains hidden. We don't know the meaning. So Ram and Sita ji are like words and meaning. Gira Arth. Or Jalavichi, or like water and the waves. So water can remain without waves, but waves cannot exist without water. Words cannot exist without meaning, hidden meaning is there. But meaning can exist without words. See, I speak a lot of words, you understand the meaning, you can then throw away the words. Words are not required. Meaning, if it is there, it's enough. But in order to express that meaning, you have to use the words. If you want to convey the meaning, you use words. Once the meaning is conveyed, then again the words become silent. So it's a strange, subtle relationship of words and meaning. Similarly, Ram and Sita ji are related in this way. So Vibhishan had seen Sita ji from a distance. Then he meets Ramchandra ji. Hanuman ji has met Ramchandra ji. Then he meets Sita ji. Our approach to Bhagwan can be through his dynamic expression as this world, manifested world, or one can directly meditate on the transcendental. In Gita 12th chapter also, Arjuna asked whether to meditate on the manifest or the unmanifest, what is better? Bhagavan says both are good. What is better? What? Both are good. Both are myself. Suppose somebody asks, should I honor your head or honor your feet? Both are same. Should I speak to you in this year or the other year? Both are my years only. So Bhagavan says both are myself. Manifest, unmanifest is not different. They are not two. They are one. But for those who are identified with the manifest, Dehavat bhir avapyate. Those who are attached to their own body, to the form, it is always good to worship God with form. But those who are free from this attachment, they can directly worship Him in this unmanifest form also, an unmanifest way, avyaktam, because they are not different, they are same. So Vibhishan, from as though manifest, turns toward the unmanifest. Hanumanji from the unmanifest turns towards the manifest. The same. Yatra. Hanumanji goes to Sita ji, meets her, and again comes back to Ramchandra ji. Vibhishan goes meet Ramchandra ji and again goes back to Sita ji during the war. So it's a very interesting incident. Ramayana, through Ramayana, it's not only merely a story, but the entire truth of Vedas are conveyed through Ramayana. There is a very famous shloka, I think in Valmiki Ramayana, which says that Veda Vedye Pare Pumse Jate Dasharathatmaje Vedas, what you call, Pracheta Sat Asit Sakshat Ramayanatmana. That when the Veda Vedya Pare Pumse, when the great Purusha mentioned in the Vedas took avatar as Sri Ram, when Brahma, Sakshat that Ishwara, when he manifested as Ram, the Vedas also thought that we should also manifest. We should also take birth. So they also took birth through Valmiki as Ramayana. Very beautiful shloka. Veda Vedya Pare Pumse Jate Dasharathatmaje. When that Veda Vedya Pare Pumsa, he took birth through Dasharath Maharaj. Vedas Sakshat Pracheta Sat Asit. Through Valmiki, Ramayanatmana, they were born as Ramayana. So Ramayana is the very sar of the Vedas. Vedas are sublime, very difficult to comprehend. Vedas are anadi, ananta, apaurusheya. They are not written by some human authors, are not there for the Vedas. But Vedas are important because we have to lead our life based on the teachings of the Vedas. Whether we have become modern, whether we come and stay in America, it doesn't matter. We have to lead our life based on the Vedas. Vedas teach us two things, Dharma and Brahma. Artha and Kam we can learn from universities or through Google. It's easier. But Dharma and Brahma, only the Vedas can teach us. What is Dharma? What is right? What is good? You cannot learn from any other place. Because to understand what is right, you have to understand a lot. Understand good, you have to understand everything. So, Vedic knowledge is very sublime. In order to make it more clear to common people, it is conveyed through this Ramayana, through the life and teachings of Sri Ram. So the portion of Vibhishana's Sharanagati and Hanumanji meeting Sitaji is very beautiful. When Hanumanji sees Sitaji, he hides and looks at her, observes her from a distance, because she had never heard about all these monkeys meeting Sri Ram. And Hanumanji also was not very sure, so he observes. Later on, he puts that ring, gives her a ring, and then he meets. I am just giving you a brief, then we will go through it. Trailer. Then Sitaji is quite surprised that little this monkey has come. And he says that we will come here now with the entire army and kill this Ravan and take you with us and all. So Sitaji looks at that little fellow. He had taken a smaller form also. And said, all monkeys are of your size only? Suddenly he realizes that she thinks we are all little. And how can we fight this Ravan who is so powerful? So he assumes a huge form. Kanaka bhudhara akara sharira, like a golden mountain. He just takes a huge form and shows it to Sitaji. Sitaji looks at that form of Hanumanji, golden and like a mountain. So when she looks at his form with so much of power and strength, she is convinced. Then again he takes a smaller form and does namaskar to her. So that portion also is very beautiful. There are these little events which can create a beautiful picture in our mind, which will be helpful for our sadhana. That in our life also, like there is a very famous statement which says that don't tell your, don't tell how powerful your problems are. Tell the problems how powerful your God is. Because when we say problems are powerful, God becomes small. दो powerful लोग एक साथ cannot stay. Two lions cannot remain in one forest. So if your problems are powerful, you are reducing God. If God is powerful, then you are reducing the problems. So here also suddenly she saw Hanumanji in that powerful form and she got convinced. Then Hanumanji goes and meets Ravan. See, this meeting of Hanumanji with all these different characters was very important and beautiful. Hanumanji meets Ravan and he presents himself as a teacher, as a well-wisher of Ravan. And he tries to guide him. towards the ultimate, because that is his main job. He is a Guru Roop. Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nijamana Mukura Sadari. Hanumanji Guru Roop. So he tries to guide Ravan towards Sri Ram, gives him lot of good advice. And as Guru Dakshina, he burns his tail. हो गया पूर्णमद हाँ चलो let me burn your tail. So Hanumanji burns Lanka with that because Guru Dakshina is used for so chalo, that is what you give, that is what you get. So the whole Lanka gets burnt. Then he comes back to Sri Ram, and the entire army then goes to Lanka. They reach the ocean. So this portion of Hanumanji going from this side, from the ocean, jumping across, going to Lanka, again coming back, again with all the army, Ramchandraji and all comes towards the ocean. That portion is the Sundarakanda. In the nothing is when I touch this, I think it makes a big bang. So this portion is called Sundarakanda. It's very beautiful. It would be nice if you have the books with you. You can download nowadays. Everything is there in the internet. So please download this portion. Then we can chant it together. Like otherwise, it will appear as though I am doing some show alone. So now we will chant shlokas which are there in the beginning. Tulsidas ji, before he begins his main text, he writes some shlokas in Sanskrit. Otherwise, the entire Ramayana is written in Awadhi Bhasha. It's one of the dialect of Hindi, Awadhi, spoken in Ayodhya. So here he writes in Sanskrit. So I will chant, you try to repeat after me. Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyam Anagham Nirvana Shanti Pradam Brahma Shambhu Fanindra Sevyamanisham Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum Ramakhyam Jagadishwaram Suragurum Maya Manushyam Harim Vandeham Karunakaram Raghuvaram Bhupala Chudhamanim Nanya Spruha Raghupater Dhaye Smadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhaktim Prayaksha Raghupungavanirbharam me Kamadidosha-rahitam kurumanasancha Atulita-baladhamam hema-shailabhadeham Danujavana-krishanam jnani-namagraganyam Sakala guna nidhanam vanaranamadhisham रघुपति प्रिय भक्तं वातजातं नमामि। रघुपति प्रिय भक्तं वातजातं नमामि। Here Tulsidas ji does namaskar to Sri Ram, then he asks for something in the second shloka, and in the third shloka he does namaskar to Hanuman ji. In the previous kanda he has used only 2 shlokas, and here he is using 3 shlokas, because in the previous kanda Sita ji was kidnapped, only 2 of them were there, in Aranya Kanda also and Kiskinda Kanda also. So he uses 2 shlokas. Then now Hanumanji meets Sita ji, so he again uses 3 shlokas. So through the shlokas, through the words, through the type of letters used, Hanumanji, our Tulsidas ji conveys a lot. It's a very beautiful work of Tulsidas ji. Even the type of situation which is there, accordingly he will use the letters also. Like when he's talking about the fight and the war and all the army marching, he uses powerful words. Chikkar hidiggaj dol mahigiri lol sagar kharvari, like that. Because army is marching, you can't have soft words like that. But when Ramchandra ji goes to Mithila and he hears, first he hears Sita ji's Nupur. He doesn't see Sita ji, first he hears. So, Kankana kinkini Nupur dhuni suni kahat lakhan san Ram hrudaya guni. Like that Tulsidas ji is written. So while listening to that, you feel as though the Nupur is ringing like. As he is walking, the little pile they are making that sound. Kankana kinkini nupur dhuni suni kahat lakhan san Ram hrudaya guni. So he uses those letters appropriate to the situation also. So it's very sublime. Somebody asked Tulsidas ji that you wrote this Ramayana. He says, no, I did not write. Rachi Mahesh Nijamanasa Rakha. It is written by Lord Shiva only. And he kept it in his mind. And when the right time came, he revealed it to Parvati ji. Thereafter it was revealed to great Rishi Munis. And through this parampara it has come to us. So the real Rachayata of this Ramayana is Bhagavan Shiva only. Even before Valmiki. See, before Valmiki also Ramchandra ji was there. And before Valmiki also Bhagavan has taken many times this Ram avatar. So Ramayana was there before also. So Lord Shiva has written this Ramayana. Shatakoti pravistaram. All of you are in tune with what I am saying and all, na? Not whenever you get bored, you raise your left hand. Raise your left hand. Okay. Not that I will do anything about it, but I will know that oh, this person is getting bored. Anytime this person will sleep. So Shatakoti pravistaram. 100 crore shlokas he wrote, and then he distributed it to the human beings, then the Danavas, and the Devatas also. So everywhere there is a Ramayana. From their standpoint, from the Devata standpoint also Ramayana is there. From the standpoint of good people, they also get guidance from Ramayana. See, many times people say, oh, I am good, why should I study? No. Even if you are good, you have to attain God. Good also should lead to God. Good can lead to pride also and a downfall. Jay and Vijay were good, but they became Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha, and they became Ravan. So good itself is not final. Devatas are good. Then it is written for those who are bad also. They can also learn from Ramayana. They can learn. Just recently somebody was telling that one Bhagavatkar actually. He was kidnapped by some what they call gundas, dacoits. Dacoits, they kidnapped this Bhagavad Pravachakar and they took him to their hideout with his eyes tied and all, like a filmy style. And when he reached there, he said, "What do you want from me?" He said, "Please have a Bhagavad Saptah here." So 7 days he stayed there and had Bhagavad Saptah. They gave them Guru Dakshina also to him. And again tied his eyes and sent him back. So even those who are bad, they can get guidance from Ramayana. It will tell us how to drop all our badness and attain Sri Ram. Then human beings are middle actually. You cannot call them Devta, you cannot call them Danav also. They are like Ardhanarishwar like. From one angle you look, they are like devils only. From another standpoint you look, you say like Devta. About every person you ask two different set of people, you will get two different versions. Sometimes we praise there on the stage, he's such a wonderful person. Sharma ji कितने अच्छे हैं, बहुत ही बढ़िया, कितनी सेवा करते हैं लोगों की, and all praise. And you look at the face of his wife, if only they will come and ask me, I will tell what. So human beings are combination of both Devatas and Asuras are there. Even Vibhishan tells Ravan, कि सुमति कुमति सबके हियर रही, that goodness and badness is there in the heart of every being. It depends on to which qualities you surrender. That will determine whether you will become a Devata or Asura. Gita Bhagavan says, Mahatmanastu mam partha. Mahatmas, they surrender to the Daivi Prakriti Mashritaha. They surrender to the Daivi Prakriti. And those who are bad, they surrender to the Asuri Prakriti. Both are there within us. So human beings, they have both the goodness and badness in them. For them also this Ramayana is there. So after distributing this 100 crores of Ramayana into 33 lakhs and all, he distributed. Finally one shloka was there. That also he distributed 10 words, what you call letters. Finally only 2 shlokas, because in one shloka 32 letters are there. Anushtup Chanda. Only 2 letters were there, and Lord Shiva said that this I will keep. What were the letters? Rama. Ram. So the whole essence of the entire Ramayana, if you want to understand, is Ram. Ram. Rama Rama Kahi Rama Kahi, Rama Rama Kahi Ram. One should just chant Ram Nam and one will reach the other shore of this samsara. So Ramayana was written by Lord Shiva, given to Parvati ji and to all the Rishi Munis, and through Guru Parampara, Guru Shishya Parampara, it has reached us also. So Tulsidas ji here, he does Namaskar in the first shloka, he does Namaskar to Sri Ram. Beautiful shloka. Say Shantam Shashvatam Aprameyam Anakam Nirvana Shanti Pradam. He is doing Namaskar. Sri Ram. Who is Sri Ram? He is Ishwara. See, there is no difference. Ishwara is Brahma only. What is said as Brahma in the scriptures, Brahma along with his power is called Ishwara. Along his Shakti called Maya or Prakriti is called Ishwara. It's a different name of Brahma. Ishvara alone then manifests as this, through his power, he manifests this whole world. So first manifestation is as Hiranyagarbha. Thereafter, Vaishvanara, and the entire world comes into manifestation. So here the Namaskar to Sri Ram. Vande Karunakaram Raghuvaram Bhupala Chudha Manim Maya Manusyam Harim, who is Maya Manushya Hari, who has taken avatar as Manushya through his own Shakti called Maya. Bhagwan appears as a human being. Who is Bhagwan? Shantam, supremely peaceful. Who is present among all the noise also, this Shanti is there present everywhere. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. Bhagwan says, I am present everywhere. In my unmanifest form, he is present. See, Shanti is such, like peace, what we grossly experience. Peace is there, even when there is noise, there is peace behind it. Shanti is there. Because the self is untouched by all sound, it is untouched by all vrittis, all thoughts, supremely peaceful. Shantam. Shashvatam, eternal. Aprameyam, incomprehensible. Cannot be comprehended by any of our pramana. Aprameyam, cannot be comprehended by any praman. See, in order to know, we have to use some praman. How do we know this world? Through our senses. The senses are so very interesting and important. Through our senses, we know the world. How many senses are there? 6? 5. We will stick to 5 actually. 6 sense is a movie. 5 sense. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, we experience through these 5 senses. And through that only we know about the world. So it is called Pratyaksha Praman. Then certain things we cannot see directly, but we can infer. Like we see smoke, we can infer fire. That's called Anuman. Anuman Praman. Then certain things we understand, learn through comparison. Somebody says, oh, if you are going to that place, you will meet my brother. So how to recognize your brother? Oh, he is my twin brother. He looks like me only. Only thing, his hairstyle is different. But otherwise he looks like me. So you go to that place, and you have seen this brother, then you see someone looking exactly like him with a funny hairstyle, with like a peacock or something. So you say, are you that Suresh? He said, yes, how did you know? He said, Ramesh told me that you are here. But how did you recognize? No, you look similar, except something which I can't say now. So that is called Upama, comparison. We learn a lot through comparison. In our childhood, the teacher teaches us this is called red color. So every color which matches that, we know that this is red, this is red. We have not seen all the red things in this world, but comparing, we know that this is red. So it is called comparison. Then there is called arthapatti. From the effect we infer the cause. So all these are praman to know the world. But to know myself, these pramans fail. They cannot reach. See, when we are in the waking state, we experience the world outside. When we are dreaming also, we see the world. But when we are in deep sleep state, dreamless sleep, we remain alone, totally cut off from the world. Without our senses, without the mind, without the body, we remain alone with ourself. That self cannot be seen with our eyes, cannot be understood with the mind. It is very subtle. See a person asleep, you can see the body of that person. Through all the machines and all, you can understand what is happening in the brain and all. But what is that person? Where is that person? We don't know. Because all our machines cannot reach there. So it is aprameya, beyond all means of knowledge. Vedas help us to comprehend it. They have their system, they have the method of making us realize our own self. It's not just one statement, Tattvamasi or something, but the method of making us realize our self, which is so subtle. Therefore, it's called aprameya. God is aprameya, beyond comprehension of our ordinary senses and other pramanas. Anagham, free from all papa, sinless. Nirvana Shanti Pradam, and who is the giver of the peace of nirvana, of moksha. All of us identified with our body, mind, becomes very restless. There is no peace in the waking. Little bit joy is there, then again it goes, temporary. Temporary joy, but otherwise always some clash or something, because everything keeps on changing. Even if we feel, oh, I have got joy, let me hold on to it, it goes away. Nothing remains stable. So we are constantly moving, trying to attain that peace and happiness, permanent peace and happiness. We are all travelers, traveling to gain that permanent peace and happiness, sukha or shanti. We have been traveling through many lifetimes. We may not remember. In Gita, Bhagavan tells Arjuna that, hey Arjuna, you have taken many births and I have also taken many births, but you don't remember. I remember them all, but you don't remember. So we have been taking so many births, moving towards our supreme goal, but many times through trial and error only, thinking that this will give me joy, let me go towards it. This will, but then we come across the scriptures, come across the saints. They guide us. You go on this path. This is a path which will lead you to your goal. The other path will not lead you. See, we have that puzzle, that maze. You try to go there and you get stuck somewhere. Then again you go back. Then again you take another route, you get stuck somewhere. But with proper guidance, you can trace the beginning and the end properly. Similarly, the scriptures guide us. Otherwise, we get stuck. A lot of people get stuck, and we don't have enough, what you call, time just to play, just to have trial and error. So take proper guidance from the scriptures. They will lead us to the supreme. Nirvana Shanti Pradam. Ishwara is one who can give us supreme peace. Peace that passeth all understanding. Brahma Shambhu Phanindra Sevya Manisham. Ishwara is one who is constantly worshipped by Brahma, Hiranyagarbha, Brahmaji. Brahmaji is the first manifestation of Ishwara. So he also worshipped Ishwara. In Bhagavad, the story of Brahmaji taking birth, and then he was alone. He looked here and there, got frightened. Then Bhagwan gave him knowledge of the Vedas. And through that knowledge, he came to understand himself. And with that knowledge of the Vedas, he then created this world, Brahma. Then Shambhu, Lord Shiva. And Phanindra. Phanindra is Shesh Bhagwan, on which Vishnu Bhagwan lies down. All of them, they worship, they praise that Supreme Ishwara. Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum, who can be understood through Vedanta, through the Upanishads. Upanishads are the praman to recognize that Ishvara. As I said, through our senses and all the means which are derived through the senses. See, we have a lot of faith in science and all, but science also depends on the senses only. They don't transcend the senses. And the scientific method, if they want to know what is the truth of this flower, they keep on breaking it, going to finer. So what is this flower? They will break it and they will reach the molecules. Oh, the flower is made up of molecules. Then again they can break it and flower is made up of atoms. Then they break the atoms, it is made up of particles. Then they will, it is made up of some field, some energy. But you don't reach the conclusion, because the finer you go, the more complex it appears. Now, gross flower looks very nice, but if you go at the subtler level, the particles behave in such a erratic and crazy way that you will never understand how this crazy particle is looking like this flower. So by just breaking things into finer parts, you will never reach the understanding of this world. Science is feeling frustrated. Vedanta tries to understand in a holistic way, not by breaking, by connecting. By connecting the whole, not by splitting and going to the finer parts, but by connecting, understanding it as a whole. Like our human body. If you want to understand only one portion of that body, your eyes, you cannot keep on breaking and all. There are some experts, eye specialist. And now in this world has become a world of specialization. You go to a doctor, he says, no, what's your problem? Eye problem. You go to eye specialist. Achha. In the good old days, we used to go to one doctor only, whatever be your problem. I remember in my childhood that one doctor, mother used to take me to that doctor, whatever be my problem. Same doctor, same medicine he will give. That in bottle, and then he will take a sticker there and with a division. Itna peena chahiye. One day I tried to have different type of problem so that he will give me different, but same bottle and same doctor. But now if you go to doctor, he says, no, eye specialist is different. You go to the eye specialist, he says, which eye you are? Left eye or right eye? So right eye, then he is different. I am a left eye specialist. You go to that right eye specialist, says, what problem? Cornea, this inner, this, no. Then that is another doctor. So, you cannot understand that Brahma by studying science, by using only senses, by using inference. Because even though you are alone, separated from your body, mind, you don't know who you are. If you are with yourself and still you don't know who you are, what can help us? We say, I am seeing, I am tasting, I am knowing this, but you yourself don't know who you are. What you know and what you understand other than that will be totally useless only. You don't know who you are. I don't know who I am, but I am saying I am sitting, I am walking, I am seeing. Even when I say I know something, what are the complex things which happens for us to know something is we don't know. Like you say, I'm seeing and understanding this flower, but to understand this, so many complex things are happening. The eyes are seeing, then some waves and something happening in the brain and all, and finally we say, yes, I understood. So it's such a complex structure. So there is no knowledge of myself that can be understood through Vedanta, through Upanishad, not by any other means. So Vedanta Vedyam Vibhum, all pervading that Ishwara can be known through Vedanta. Because this Vedanta, Vedas are given by Ishwara only, revealed to us, but given by Ishwara. Ramakhyam Jagadishwaram. Jagadishwar is the Lord of this whole world who is manifested as Ram. Ramakhyam with the name Ram. Ram is the most beautiful name of Bhagwan. Ram, Ram, Ram. Suragurum, the teacher of all the Devatas also. Maya Manushyam Harim, who has taken a form of a human being through his own power. He is manifested as a human being using the power called Maya or Prakriti. See, just as our computer, you form an account or you form your Facebook account, let us say. Now the whole thing is done through the language of the computer only. You have to put your picture, but that picture is also put in the language of the computer. You cannot stick your picture on the computer like that with a Fevicol. You have to use the language of the computer, and through that then the picture comes. Then you don't like your nose, then you Photoshop it and change it. No, I don't like the whole of me. Then put some hero's photograph there. Okay? So, but who is that fellow who is having that account and all? It's you. So I manifest myself inside the computer using the power of the computer in some form. You know, that form which I take is just a computer produced form, and everyone interacts with that form. Similarly, Ishwara, with the help of his Maya, his Prakriti, which is this whole world, he manifests as a human form. Maya Manushyam Harim, but he is beyond that form. Vandeham Karunakaram, to that Ishwara, Ram, Vandeham, my namaskar. Karunakaram, he is the very ocean of compassion. Ishwara is full of compassion. He is not just like a judge. Though the whole world is functioning on the basis of the laws of karma. Whatever karma we do, we get the result. You put your finger in that flame, you get burnt. Whether you are a good person, bad person, indifferent, whether you chant Hanuman Chalisa regularly, doesn't matter. You put your finger and you get burnt. Because that is the law of physics. Physics is law about matter and energy and all. But they have forgotten the mind. Law of karma is law of the mind. You do one type of karma, you get that result. It's law. It's done. You perform karma in one lifetime, you might get result in some other lifetime. But every action has got a result. So we cannot escape that. But who is the giver of this law? The giver of law is that Ishwara. If you surrender to Ishwara, he can excuse us of all our sins and give us that moksha. Therefore, he is full of compassion, Karunakaram. In Gita, Bhagavan says to Arjuna that even if you are the worst sinner, api chet suduracharaha, bhajate mam ananya bhak, sadhureva mantavyaha, samyak vyavasito hisaha. That even if you are the worst sinner, if you surrender to me and if you follow my path, you will be considered as a sadhu. You will become sadhu instant. Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. Instantly you can become. That is the power which Ishwara has got. So he is called Karuna Karam, full of compassion. Raghuvaram Bhupala Chudhamanim, who has manifested as a human being, as a king, who is the best among all the kings. So here Tulsidas ji does namaskar to Sri Ram in the first shloka. After doing namaskar, after praising Bhagwan, he is asking for something. He is asking. Mangata Tulsidas karjore. He is asking. What is he asking? What should we ask from Ishwara? When we pray to Ishwara, what should we ask? See, a lot of things Bhagwan gives unasked. A lot of things, we get things in this world according to our karma. But when we follow the path of dharma, what is dharma? Doing something for Ishwara. See, many people think that, oh, going to office, working there sincerely, this, that. You are doing that only for artha and kama, not for Ishwara. Bhagwan ko kya karna hai if you become CEO or something like that? We should do something for Ishwara. What is something? Yajna dana tapa means chant Bhagwan's name, do his puja regularly, and share what you have with others among this world. Yeah? Do something for Ishwara. You say, no, I am doing for him. You are not doing for him. You are doing for yourself. Don't say that you are doing for him. No, I have nice puja room in my house and all. That is also for yourself. You do something for Ishwara. Do what he wants. What does he want? He wants you to remember him regularly. At least do some japa. Do puja. Do some dana. Yajna dana tapak karma. Na tyajam karyameva hi tatra. So when we do something for Ishwara, we get special blessing from him. We can overcome lot of our papa. Yasya smarana matrena janma samsara bandhanad vimuchyate namastasme vishnave prabha vishnave. Even by just remembering Ishwara, we can reduce all our papa. So he is Karuna Karam. Otherwise, we get the result of our karma. See, when in the world also, if a person does some crime, he is punished according to the laws of that land. But the president in our India, president has got the special power to forgive them also. According to law, this fellow has to be hanged. But president can say, no, usko chhod do. To convert that into life imprisonment. He is the boss. Similarly, according to law, this fellow should go into hell. Bhagwan says, no, usko chhod do. He has taken my name. He is under my this. You leave him. In Bhagavad, there is the story of Ajamil. According to the laws of karma, Ajamil was taken towards hell only. But by chance, he took Bhagwan's name. That also not even recognizing that it is Bhagwan's name. As though his son's name. Narayana, Narayana. Bhagwan's Parshadas came, they said, stop, you can't take him to hell. He said, but this fellow has done such horrible things, sins. He has to be taken to hell. उसमें डुबो के उसका पकोड़े बनाने हैं हमको. We have already made the batter and everything ready is there. So just we were waiting for him to come. He says, no, you can't take him. But what to do about पकोड़े? और किसी को ले जाओ. उसको छोड़ दो. Because he has taken Bhagwan's name and Bhagwan's his order is final. All of us are his sevaks. Yamraji also is sevak of Bhagwan. They have to follow laws, rules. So his Karunakaram Bhagwan. So after praying to that Ishwara, here Tulsidas ji is asking, what should we ask? He said, give me your bhakti. I don't want anything else. Nanyas spruha ragupate hridayas madiye. I don't have any other spruha, no other kamana, craving in my heart. Satyam vadami, I am telling you the truth. Bhavan akhila antaratma, you are the antaratma, you are the inner self. You know what is happening in my mind, in everyone's mind. You are the inner seer, inner controller. So I am not telling you a lie. I don't want anything else. Then what are you asking? He said, Bhaktim prayacha. Give me that bhakti. Give me that pure love for you. That I want to love you single-pointedly. Because everywhere, in everything you are there, so I want to have that single-pointed pure devotion for you, love for you, unadulterated love for you. Bhaktim prayacha. See, that love is such strange. See, we can do our karmas, it is in our hand. Lot of things we can do. Jnana also we can acquire. But love, whether it will happen or not, is not under our control. You can keep on doing puja, you can keep on listening to Bhagwan, but that love will come into our heart, there is no guarantee. One may listen to the entire Vedas and the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita and everything, but still the heart is dry. क्या हो गया? कुछ नहीं हुआ. No love for God. It comes by His blessings only. मिलई जो संत होई अनुकूला, भगति स्वतंत्र अवलंबन आना. So स्वतंत्र अवलंबन आना. It is स्वतंत्र. प्यार जो है वो हो जाता है, भगवान से प्रेम हो जाता है उन्हीं की कृपा से. So Tulsidas ji is praying. He is saying, please give me your bhakti. Bhaktim prayachha raghupunga nirbharam. Nirbhar bhakti. Nirbhar means total sharanagati bhakti, like totally dependent on you only. One is that I depend on some sadhana to gain your bhakti. But here, I don't want to depend on anything, only on you. You are the sadhan, you are the means, and you are the end. I depend only on you. Because depending on something, you are giving more importance to that. No, I only want to depend on you only. So, Nirbhara Bhakti it is called. Just like they say about the cat and a monkey. The little one of the monkey has to hold on to the mother. But the little one of the cat is held by the mother only. The mother picks up the little one and takes it here and there. Similarly, one is we have to hold on to Bhagwan. Nirbhara means we say, Bhagwan, you only hold on to me. I don't have strength also to hold on to you. You only hold on to me. Nirbhara Bhakti. And what prevents sometimes us from totally surrendering is our kama, etc., our desires, craving for the things. Tulsidas ji says that, which comes from our past and also, he says, you only clean my heart of all this. Kamadi dosha rahitam kuru manasancha. Make my heart free from kam adi dosha and give me your nirbhara bhakti. That is the best we can ask. Then in the third mantra, he does namaskar to Hanumanji. Atulita baladhamam hema shailavadeham. With a tremendous strength, power, bala. And his body as seen as the mountain of a golden mountain. It was golden. Golden hair. Blonde it is? Blonde. Danujavana Krishanam is like Krishanu is fire which burns the entire forest of the Rakshasas, the demons. Jnaninam agraganyam, greatest among all jnanis. Great. Sakala guna nidhanam, having all good qualities. Vanaranam Adhisham, the Lord of all Vanaras. He was the one who resided in the heart of all Vanaras. Though the king was Sugriv, but Hanumanji was in the heart of everyone. He is the real Lord who remains in the heart of everyone. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam, very dear of Sri Ram. Vata Jatam Namami, the son of wind, God, my namaskar. So in this way, in these 3 verses, first Tulsidas ji does namaskar to Sri Ram, he prays to Ram for bhakti, does namaskar to Hanumanji, and thereafter he will start the story of this Sundarakanda, which we will see tomorrow. Tomorrow I would like you to, if you can download and all, bring the book so that we can chant the chaupais. They are very beautiful, and we will try to enjoy the beauty of this Sundarakanda. Okay? We'll conclude with a prayer. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti Duta Maruti Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti Bhakta Maruti Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti Gambhira Maruti Gambhira Maruti Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om.
Available tomorrow from the library.
This is a very mundane announcement, so I want to preface it.